recorded. I don't see where it says where I can accept recording.
Yeah, permission.
You press record.
Huh?
You press record.
I did, and it's saying that I need to request permission to. So I don't know if there's like a setting.
Yeah, let me go to settings. Participants. More. Stop video chat. Allow to record. There you go.
Okay, there we go. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariel.
Huh?
Yo.
We said thank you.
No.
For real.
Your patience.
This is
as well.
Yo, you're a teacher, so you get it. You get this, but you're a teacher, so you've seen it, like how everything goes wrong right when somebody's observing you. Yeah. It's the same situation with but yeah, thank you for bearing with us.
We appreciate it.
Okay. Let's get it started. All right, awesome. Welcome to the Marriage and Podcast, where we understand that marriage is easy. It's the and or the extra stuff that makes you crazy. Today, we have a guest on the show, an awesome guest. I said guest. I don't want to be judged with that. The wife advisor, Mrs. Ariel Harper.
Hey guys. Hey. What's going on?
What's up? The wife advisor? First of all, thank you for taking on the charge for advising wives.
Yes.
I think that is awesome, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate it. I
hope so.
It's a pleasure. I love it. I love what I do.
I hear that.
Good. Because marriage is
I'm gonna keep sipping
special.
I'm gonna keep sipping my coffee until I feel like I can talk.
You're okay. Yeah. But yes, just thank you very much.
You are so welcome.
You being here with us, about to share your knowledge and insight.
Yes. I'm excited.
Yep.
Great. Okay.
All right, let's shoot it off from the hip.
Yeah. Where would you like to be? Well, you want to
go ahead, shoot it off. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay. Well, all right, Ariel. And it is pronounced Ariel, not Ariel.
Correct.
Ariel. I said Ariel. I've mispronounced Ariels so many times. Like every Ariel in the world, I've said Ariel.
Ariel.
Like it's so many ways to pronounce it. It's too many vowel sounds, man.
Right.
Like,
right.
The limit. That's all I'm saying.
Mm-mm.
But go ahead, man.
Or just
Yep, because they're recording.
Okay, yeah, okay. Ariel, let's start off with, what is your spiritual background? Just to give our audience and listeners just a little bit about you and where you're coming from.
Okay, so I don't know how far you want me to go, but so I've grown up in the church. I'm a PK kid. My grandmom was a pastor. My mom's an evangelist. I have many preachers and pastors in my family. I've even conducted a couple sermons myself in my, very adolescent years. But I am just a woman of God. My spirituality is definitely come from relationship with God. And it definitely has grown over the years as I have cultivated and created a relationship with God on my own, and not just piggybacking off the anointing or the Holy Spirit of my parents or family members and things like that. So I definitely have a wonderful connection with my Heavenly Father, which is so awesome. I love it.
I hear that. It's important that we ask, because we see that a lot of your ministry towards wives, it's spiritual based,
right, and biblical,
and right. Mm-hmm. And so we really, I appreciate, just from the husband side of things, I appreciate that spiritual backing that kind of helps to lay like a lot of the groundwork and help with a lot of the misconception and a lot of the things that cause marriages to kind of, you know, go away, if I can say go away without being laughed
Where do the
at.
marriages go?
They go to the divorce department.
Oh,
right. And I think it's really good to have a faith-based marriage because, you know, I feel like that's why the divorce rate is so high, because people are trying to figure things out on their own. They're like, this is not working. They're dealing in their flesh. But when you are a woman of God, when you're a man of God, it's not about your flesh anymore. It's about, what does God want me to do? And how does he want me to serve my spouse while I'm married to them? And it's no longer me, I, and it's serving your spouse and it's serving God through your marriage. So it's no longer my flesh. You're not doing this. You're not doing it right. I don't care. I want a divorce. Bye. See you. I'll go on to the next one.
right.
It's God. What are you doing in the season? What are you trying to teach me in the season? And I feel like many people will have stronger marriages, more successful marriages when they have biblically based, faith-based marriages.
Okay. All right.
It makes sense to me.
Okay. I like that. And I dig that. Okay. Okay, go to the next question. I'm sorry. Go ahead to the next question. Like, only reason I'm saying that is because Janae wrote the questions down, and I honestly can't tell you where they start and stop.
These are the questions.
Oh, you put she put marks by them. See?
Right, yeah.
Put marks by them.
Makes sense to me.
I didn't know that it looked like an abomination.
It's very well organized.
Okay, so
do like this one,
yeah, I do want to ask this question. So when we first talked about this, one of the things that we asked was, you know, what do you have, like, what is one of the things you like to talk about? And you mentioned the love language thing, and we've like seen love languages and things like that, and we actually like went about it, and we took the quiz, and we kind of were like, well, we really want to know what our love language is. And we did, but before we give ours, like, you and your husband, Yasin, awesome dude, love that dude.
Love you, babe.
You guys have love languages. What are you guys' love languages?
Well, first, can you tell us what the love languages are, so everybody can?
Nobody.
So
you might not know what the love languages are. That's smart.
Right.
That's smart.
Not everybody might know.
Smart.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Smart.
So Gary Chapman, he is an author, and he wrote the book called The 5 Love Languages. So the 5 love languages are acts of service, physical touch, quality time, words of affirmation, and gifts. And so everybody receives love a certain kind of way, and we all fall under one of those categories. So words of affirmation is, you like hearing affirmations. Great job, babe. I love how you fix the plumbing issue when, our pipes burst. Okay.
I'm like,
take the trash.
I do the plumbing, you're going to be like, I love you, babe. It's a great job how you flooded the kitchen, but you cleaned it up. That was awesome. You did both. Love you. Flooded that mug, but don't nobody hold him up like you, baby. It's like,
you were so goofy.
Oh gosh. Okay. Gifts, are typical gifts. I picked you up some flowers. I picked you up a new watch. Typical gifts, thoughtful gifts. Physical touch, which doesn't always necessarily mean sex, but a hug, a hand, holding hands, a kiss, a rub on the back. Quality time is just spending time with that person. You really don't have to you don't have to do anything like going on a date or something like that, but just being in the vicinity of that person, which is considered quality time. And did I do all of them? Affirmation, gifts,
service.
Oh, acts of service. Thank you. And that's just doing nice things for them, taking out the trash, helping out with the kids, washing the clothes, things like that. Okay. So,
I just wanted to say, go back to, I'm not sure, I think it's the 3rd episode. I don't know why I think it's 3rd. Marriage and Responsibilities, where I talk about the plight of trash blindness on men. Mm-hmm. So I just wanted to make sure, if you get a chance, go back and check that one out, because it talks about that real issue.
Because it's
okay.
Trash is a real thing.
I believe it.
If we don't bring it to light, then the enemy wins. I'm gonna tell you.
I'm definitely gonna have to go listen to that. I definitely gonna have to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah. Okay, so go ahead. You and your husband love language.
Yeah. So I had to force Yassine to take the quiz, and we took it kind of maybe a couple months after we got married, and I had quality time, physical touch. I was kind of like in between, but I'm mostly quality time. And I just like always want to be up under him. And I'm just like, come here, babe. I just want to be with you. And he has been words of affirmation. And so every couple of years we retake it. So I took it again. I was the same. He was the same. But most recently, I think we took it again at the beginning of this year, and mine's changed. Mine's was acts of service, and his continue to be words of affirmation. And before I want to ask this question, why do you think mine changed?
Because he stopped doing stuff. That's what happened. He had trash blindness, and you didn't know it was trash blindness. And then your thing switched, and you was like, you know what? I need some acts of service on that trash can, baby.
Yup, exactly.
You gotta get trash. I'm telling you, trash blindness is a real.
I believe it's true. I believe it's so true.
It's just blindness.
Yes.
It's all kinds of blindnesses. Choose the scales off of them. Okay, go ahead.
So some people think that, love languages don't change. Like you're always going to be quality time, or you're always going to be physical touch. But I realized that if you're not receiving something in your marriage or your relationship, if you're not getting something at the time, your love language is going to change. I need more of you picking up the trash, and I need you more of helping out with the kids, and I need you to do more of this, or I need you to touch me a little bit more. I need you to give me kisses, sweet kisses when you see me, so whatever you're lacking in your marriage, that love language is going to change. For him, he's always been that words of affirmation person. Like I'm always having to affirm him, always affirming him. He's not big on gifts. He's not, he's a very introvert person. So, yeah, he likes to be touched and everything like that, but that's not how he receives love. And we had issues. And I know I just want to go track back a little bit. Somebody told me about these love languages because sometimes we try to show love to other people how we receive love. Right. So I'm trying to touch on him. I want to spend time with him all the time. Babe, I'm on your face. Like, I love you, everything. Right. That's not how he received the love. He was, he's like, okay. Right. That's not how he received it. And he's trying to, shower me with gifts, and he's trying to, do all these things at the time when I was quality time, and he's trying to do all these nice things for me. That's not how I was receiving the love. So I'm thinking, you don't think I love you? I love you, babe. I love you. But we weren't communicating that way.
Right. Wow. Because that's not how you received
love. That's not how you receive love. Right.
So, wow.
I think that's tough. Like, how do you, in those situations, like, how do you give something that you don't have? You know what I mean?
I mean, like, you have to study like the love language, and then, act accordingly so that so that you can do those things that allow your spouse to receive the love.
Right.
I mean, you got to go ahead. Go ahead, because we'll talk about it when we talk about ours. Because I'm like, I have some questions from the wife advisor.
No, but she's right, because if you really want to have a successful marriage, it's no longer I. You have to be able to learn your spouse, and if this is the way that my spouse receives love, then I'm gonna learn how to love them.
I hear.
Teach me how to love. Show me I don't even remember the words.
Did it pop out? The words.
You gotta learn your spouse, and if they and I've met couples where they're like, their spouse's love language is physical touch, but they don't like to be touched.
Right.
But they have to force themselves. They're sacrificing their own, their own hesitations. Like, okay, my spouse wants to be touched. I'm going to touch them. I'm going to pat their back or give them a hug, give them a massage, give them a kiss. That's how you it's no longer you. You got to stop being selfish.
Yeah.
Right. Dang, that's real.
So you kind of have to like almost change your behavior.
I know. Dude,
you know, because, you know, like you want to express your love for your spouse in a way you're going to receive it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, snap.
That's deep, man.
Oh, snap.
It is. Because you just have to change your mindset. Like, you really have to change.
Oh, sorry.
She said it was acts of service.
Yeah, yours was acts of service because it switched. And I get that. So like, how do you broach the subject of, and one, I think this is great. I really think this is great because this means that it's one of the tools for resentment. I think it's like one of the big tools for resentment is like, my expectation is that I can give you this love and you'll receive it as this love. But the actuality is, if I give you this love, you don't receive it because that's not how you receive it. So I think that's a big source for resentment, and resentment is the biggest killer of marriages altogether.
Mm-hmm.
So like, one, I think this is great that you guys do this, and now we have to do it. Like, oh, we're gonna do this all for at least the first 2 weeks. We're gonna do it on a day-to-day basis. Like,
what, take the quiz or actually do like?
We're gonna take the quiz on a day-to-day basis. Is
that
too much?
Too often. We took the quiz.
They say yourself when you're trying to lose weight every day. So why would
you don't need, No.
All right. Okay. Well, we will take it every once and again.
We need to take it more often.
Right.
So maybe what would you suggest? Like,
what would be the perfect amount of time to let?
Yeah, I would take it like not biannually, but twice a year. So every 6 months.
Yeah.
Okay, every 6 months. Okay.
Yeah.
As a checkup.
Okay, right. Because hey, you gotta go to the dentist. You might as well take a love language test. Ours were mine was, what was mine? Mine was physical touch.
Yes.
Mine was physical touch.
Mm-hmm. And mine's is acts of service.
Janae's is acts of service.
Yeah.
So how have you, like, what insight did that give you? Like, do you feel like you have been aligned with that? Have you been doing some services, Janae? And have you been?
Well,
no, he's doing the service and you're doing the touching.
Right.
I'm the physical touch. So I've been doing the service.
Yes,
I've been doing services.
Yes.
I'm a servicer. I'm a
right.
servicer.
Right. Uh-huh.
I'm like, I've been doing, but for the most part, because, I'm the cook of the house. Like, that's me. I do the cooking. Because I'm the cook, I also clean the kitchen because I can't take a dirty kitchen. If I'm gonna cook in it, oh my gosh, let Janae roll her eyes one more time. I will bring out pictures of times where I have cleaned every single dish in the house because nobody was going to do it. I purposefully waited a week. Everybody was going to touch it.
But cleaning the is different than cleaning the kitchen.
Yep. But when you clean 50 dishes, you ain't got mop in you no more. Mop is done. I done cleaned all the dishes. Mopping is out. You lost mop. You don't get mop no more. No, mop is gone.
Physical touch.
Yep.
There you go.
Can I get acts of service now? Can I switch? Can I switch it to acts of service?
No.
I'm gonna switch.
That's not how you receive love.
I receive love through acts of service. Like, when I looked at it, physical touch was high, acts of service was high, and quality time was high. Gifts weren't high. Gifts were like really low for me. Right. And what was the other one I'm missing out on? The fifth one was really low for me.
Words of affirmation.
And words of affirmation.
Right.
Like, I appreciate words of affirmation, but for this season, I wasn't looking for that. Like, as much. Quality time and this other stuff. What about you?
I honestly, I don't remember. It was acts of service. I can't remember whether, I feel like words of affirmation was like,
your words of affirmation was high.
Because
your words of affirmation was
I
high.
realized recently that I do appreciate when he appreciates me, or like by saying it, like just randomly, babe, I love you.
Right.
Like, girl, you looking good today. And I'm like, or like, I'm proud of you. Just like,
And see, that's hard for me.
Yeah, doing it like I don't know, subconsciously or God's telling you, but you've been doing it recently.
Yeah.
Like, and I've noticed it.
And I have been. I've been trying to be more conscientious about giving words of affirmation, because we have like just recently taken on entrepreneurship as a couple. And because I'm so used to seeing certain things, I'm so used to having to achieve at a certain level. It's like I have a really high bar. Who's just learning certain things.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will forget, and I would forget for a while. Like, hold on, you're just getting some of this stuff. I've gotten it for a while. So I had to like mentally click in and be like, yo, give words of affirmation, because otherwise you're going to start, like, you will start shaming.
Right.
Because they ain't at that same place. So yeah.
I think that, with my journey of entrepreneurship too, like, I feel like we're kind of the same vibe. And then like Yassine, he's getting there. Like, I've kind of like, me going on my journey, he's kind of like getting the bug. And I have to realize that he's going to get it when he wants to get it. And I've been wanting to be like, come on, babe, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do that? Like,
yo, I'm like, yeah.
I'm like, babe.
Right. But I'm just like, okay, I'm going to let him do it when he's, he said things, and he's started a little bit, but it's not my level where it's not there.
Because you're an educator. Right. You're an educator. So in education, you see a lot of, you have to have a high bar.
Right.
You don't have a high bar, they will tear you down very quick. Talk about shame, man. They shame you hard.
Come on.
Like, yeah. I did have to,
Yeah.
I'm trying.
She's doing a good job.
You are, Janae. I know you are.
She's doing a good job. She's doing a good job. She has to learn it at a different pace than I had to learn it. So, like, she's really, really, really taking a lot onto her own with it, and I'm proud of her.
Thank you.
I am.
Aww.
I am.
That's awesome.
Touch me, please.
Yes, I was gonna say I need to go ahead and kiss. Like, yes.
Stop, because now you're gonna make me make my weird face that I make when.
Okay. Next question.
Ooh, big question.
Who taught you how to be a wife? Because I was talking to Dion, like,
that's me.
Right.
Physical touch, please.
I was like,
thank you.
I was talking to Dion. Actually, I'm gonna say a couple of days before, we were like, you know what, we need the wife advisor, on our podcast.
Yes.
Because I was like, well, I've had married women in my life, like married. My parents were married for 17 years. Aunts and uncles were married for years and years, but no woman directly taught me how to be a wife. I really, like, it was kind of a revelation I had. Like, I kind of had to learn it myself, and and I'm like, well, that's not great. Because I have my moments where I feel like I'm struggling to, be a good wife, like I feel almost, I have moments of like, I feel like a failure. Like, I'm not doing right by him the way I should just know how to be as a spouse. So yeah, like, who taught you, Ariel, how to be a wife?
So for me, just like you, nobody really explicitly told me how to be a wife. I grew up in a single family home. My mom raised me. She got married maybe 8 months prior to I did. So,
oh wow.
Yeah. So I really didn't get to see. I got to see little glimpses of what it's like to be married, because I still lived with her, the months up to my wedding. as far as just, being submissive and following his leadership and little things like that. So nobody really explicitly taught me how to be a wife. So I thought I knew what a wife was. It's just a higher level of being a girlfriend, like I got this.
Wifey,
Right.
like
how
different can it be?
Exactly.
Like how it yeah, like
it was totally different. Totally different. So I had to really rely on God. God was my teacher. God was my instructor on how to be a wife to my husband, because I'm his rib. God had to teach me how to be fashioned to his rib and teach me to be in tune with him and to change my mindset. And me being a independent Black woman and being a single mom at the time that I got married and became a wife, I was set in my ways and how I wanted my life to be and things that I wanted to do. And once you're married, it's no longer, when I was single, I didn't really have to speak to anybody or tell anybody what I'm doing, talk about purchases or, I was, it is what it is. But now it's no longer me. So it was a very hard learning curve, a very hard learning curve. So God really had to, if my marriage was going to work, I had to be open to be taught. I had to be open to receive instruction. So if my marriage was going to survive.
Y'all missed it. I looked at Janae real hard when he said receive instruction.
You're just gonna leave it there.
T. It's empty. Never mind.
You just
anyway.
No, there's no with regards to even that's phenomenal. One that you said, you know what, I'm gonna take it upon myself to learn. What I wasn't shown and what I don't know. And to everybody who listens, who watches, who sees, like, yes, that's a great position to take. I don't know it, so I'm gonna learn it. I think that's awesome.
Absolutely. Just like and like you were saying, like people are real quick to just get a divorce.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this isn't working.
Right.
Deuces.
Oh my gosh, man!
And it's wait a minute.
I got a lot of divorce friends and family.
Yes, we do.
Like hardcore.
But it's like that's not an option for us.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because God created marriage for permanency. And a lot of people don't want to hear that. They don't want to hear that this is supposed to be permanent. I made a vow, to you, my spouse, but most importantly, I made a vow to God. My vow was not just to my spouse. My vow was to God that I'm going to honor this marriage through thick or thin, through sick and health. Like, I'm going to honor this marriage. I'm not going to put anyone before you, till death do us part. I'm vowing to God. And then when you get a divorce, I know there's instances where, divorce is rendered and it is what it is. But for those little things, like, no.
Right.
No. And that's what I had to learn. I had to learn, if I want my marriage to be successful, if I want to honor the vow that I made to my husband and I want to honor the vow that I made to God, I'm going to learn how to do this thing. I got to learn how to do this thing right. And I got to learn how to do it God's way.
Right.
And some people don't want to learn the God's way.
No,
because it's easier to
do it my way.
And it's like, well,
right, it's easier, or right,
I can try again with somebody else. And it's like, wait a minute, no.
Yeah, I've seen some. Man. You know what? This conversation right here, like, definitely helped. It definitely helped. Like, so we always like to make sure that people are leaving with something from the conversation. One of the main things I got from this is understand your love language. Understand that, because that's really, and then understand your love languages, and then be open to the way your spouse receives love.
Yeah.
Love. Like, that's one of the big things I got. One of the really big things I got, and I'm suggesting to all listeners, viewers, everybody, go ahead. What's the biggest thing you got from this conversation?
Oh, well, hearing from you that I'm not alone in having to learn how to be a wife. Like it wasn't taught to me, and so I have to, trust and hear from God on how I'm supposed to be a wife. Like, yeah, I thought I was alone because I was like, wait a minute, am I supposed to be doing this? Is this right? And like,
I mean,
yeah.
hey,
but
I'm like, yo,
it's good to know I'm not alone in this journey of.
You are not alone.
hey,
I'm here with you.
that's the track. What's that part? Always here to have. That's not okay.
Those aren't the words.
But okay, so last question that we're gonna ask you is a question and a challenge. The last one we're gonna give you. Okay. When is the last time you made out with your husband?
Oh gosh.
Yes.
So wait, so I have a clarifying question.
Feel free.
Everybody gets confused by this question, but I
They're
thought
like,
it
what
was
do you mean?
I thought it was pretty straightforward. Like,
when you kiss.
Go ahead. No, let her.
Okay, go ahead. Ask the question.
Ask the question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
You mean making out that doesn't lead to anything, or just like a makeout sesh?
Anything counts.
Yeah.
Anything counts.
Either or.
Anything counts. Any makeout session.
It can lead to other things,
counts.
but it might not.
Right.
Just make out.
Make out. Probably a couple days ago. Yeah. Because he's not a big makeout person like I am. Because he's like, well, he's gonna want to take it somewhere else. I don't always have to take it somewhere else. I just want to make out with you.
I respect it. Nope. That's a guy thing. All right. That's a physical touch.
Physical touch. Yes.
So, I don't mind making out and it not lead to anything else. Like that's just me. Like I like making out. But with him, he was like, well, he just always wants to take it somewhere else. It doesn't always have to lead there. Like I just want to kiss you. Like
I have an issue. Okay. So we give you a challenge. We love the challenge. Anybody who comes in and talk about marriage, we got to give you the challenge. The challenge is you have, and tell Yasin I said it. So tell Yasin I said, yo, Dion said this is the challenge. You put it all on me and Janae. That's fine. Tell you for 30 days straight.
Yeah.
30 days straight. You got to make out.
Wow.
At least once a day.
30 days straight.
At least.
And you brought up a very good point about it. Like one of the reasons why is because we realized like a lot of us were having intimacy less relationships, intimacy less sex, intimacy less marriages. And it was like, oh, this is crazy. And then for even like I seen you said like as soon as I kiss you, I'm gonna want to take it to the next level. It's like, well, you gotta learn that. You have to actually exercise that muscle of how to be intimate without going to the next level every time. Right. So it's like, 30 days, make out every day. Do you accept it?
I accept.
Woo!
Woo!
And then we're gonna have you back.
We're gonna have you back.
And we're gonna discuss how it went.
How'd it go? How'd it go? And be honest, yes. Right. Yes. But don't do that, because then he's gonna be like, hold on, I thought this was just a make out. You load up shoulders, tell me I'm gonna go left. So let's go that way. So 30 days, that's it.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, have you guys done the challenge?
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you doing it now or you already did it?
About 2 weeks. The first time we did it, we felt after about 2 weeks.
But I mean, we were going hard.
We were going hard. First of all, and this is an awesome time we're going to talk about it. One, Janae, she had dental work done. So then we weren't able to do it. So it threw us off. So the 2 weeks, that's where it stopped at. So it wasn't like we weren't trying to do it. We didn't pick it back up though. So but we were going hard. Now keep in mind, when I say we were going hard, I mean that I was going hard. Understand, and it's all right. It's all right, because Janae will tell you, she'll tell you, like, if I'm the physical touch person.
Right.
I'm the physical touch person. Right. So I was always ready to go.
Right.
She had to learn how to be open to it. Like she fought it like not physically, but she like fought it within
No, I
herself.
did.
She was like,
physically.
"You always want to kiss me at weird
Physically.
times."
Yeah.
And it's like, Janae, like, there's no. What do you mean weird times? We're in bed. We're about to go to sleep. There's not a weird time.
No, Ariel, because I'd be like doing the dishes.
She be doing the dishes.
You know.
He come up behind you and yeah.
Yeah, but I'm like,
your mouth is doing nothing. You can come to me with the kiss, and we could get it. Because I understand that the reason why intimacy like leaves marriage is because it's inconvenient. It's so inconvenient.
Yes.
To connect with somebody on that level. So that's why we challenge everybody. We're doing the challenge as well. Like, it was not perfect the first time. So if you make it through the first 30 days, you will be the first person to make it through the first 30 days on the first try. If you make it through all 30 days, making out a makeout session counts as at least 4 kisses. You need at least 4 kisses in succession. If you go tongue count. Tongue is a evident makeout.
Oh yeah.
So just like mwah 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 mwah, that's making out.
Yeah. Well, dang. Now I gotta put a time seconds on it because that went too fast. You need at least 5 seconds. At least 5 seconds. Let's kiss for 5 seconds and see.
Yeah, I think because like once you like 5 seconds and then it's more like these are lips.
She got lotion on her hands.
It's like, oh no.
Because if you
it's about to happen.
Oh my gosh. But like if you're pressing the lips together for a kiss for at least, 5 seconds, then it's like
yeah, right. If you're listening to this on podcast, she's using her hands to signify lips.
She's gyrating.
The wife advisor is using her hands to signify a makeout. And if you try using your hands to signify a makeout, and you will laugh too.
Yes.
But it's an awesome image.
Yeah, I mean, so 5 seconds?
5 seconds.
Yeah, I think 5 seconds is good.
Yeah.
5 seconds is good. That's a makeout
once
session.
A day. More
at least once a day. If you do more, it's fine.
Because it reminds you, like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody who says like learn to play an instrument, they say it's better to do 5 minutes a day than it is to do 30 minutes a day and then skip time. So, all right. So we got a challenge acceptor. We're gonna have the wife advisor on. She's gonna give us some more information today. Like wife advisor, thank you.
Yes.
Give us how do we connect with you?
Where can people find you?
How do we what services, what products do you have for us?
Yes.
Let us know. We need to get in touch.
Sure. So you can find me on Instagram. My handle is @thewifeadvisor. You can also find me on my website, mrsarielharper.com. I currently have a free ebook. It's on getting to the root, identifying and understanding your emotional triggers, because emotional triggers can really hinder you from having effective communication. But once you're able to get to the root of them and understand your triggers, you're able to articulate yourself and have better communication in your relationship. It's a free ebook. If you go to bit.ly/roots ebook. It's a free ebook for you. And I hope you enjoy it. Check me out. Go follow me. I appreciate it.
All right. Thank you, Ariel Harper. Yes. Once again, we had the wife advisor on.
The wife advisor.
And we have been blessed.
And I've been advised as a wife.
I'm not even a wife and I was advised. So that did something.
Yeah.
Come on now.
That was great.
Yeah, we thank you for joining us. Once again, I am your host, Dion Hutt.
I'm Janae Hutt.
This is Janae Hutt. Thank you for coming to the Marriage and podcast and listening. Remember, marriage is easy.
It's the and.
That makes it crazy. Thank you. This is hard to do.
Yay! Well, don't hang up on.
Oh yeah, I don't want to hang up on you because because you about to. Yeah.
That was the end.
That was the end.
Yeah.
Ish. We'll record because it's still recording. Okay, yeah. Well, no, it doesn't have to. Well, we could stop the record. Can we stop the recording? Don't hang up. I don't want you to hang up.
You can stop the recording.
Oh, let me press stop.